Hi folks, in this particular video, I'll quickly take you through the interpretations on income elasticity of demand and the cross price elasticity of demand. As per our earlier videos too, I have already explained elasticity just relates to by how much or to what extent there would be a reaction to a given action. So if you just get that idea clear, you know it in when we did the demand equation or how the demand was dependent on not just only the price changes, that was the law of demand, but also on income, also on the price of the related goods. Yes, and to what extent any change in this, we know the directions already in our earlier topics, we have done that. So for the normal goods, what's the direction? If the income goes up, we know it that the demand for that product would go up, and that's where the positive sign is. For the inferior goods, we know it if the income goes up, demand goes down, and therefore it is a negative sign. And similarly, for the cross price elasticity, substitutes have a positive relation. If the price of Pepsi goes up, the demand for Coke will also go up. Why? Because people will have more of Coke now because Pepsi is expensive. Similarly, if you talk about complements, the goods that are consumed together, so obviously if petrol becomes expensive, people are likely to have lesser demand for the cars. However, back to the idea, elasticity is about not how, but by how much, to what extent the change would be. So, to what extent the change would be, that's the whole idea again. So, if I talk of in terms of the interpretations, let's say the YED, that is income elasticity of demand, is given to you as minus 1.5. So, how do I interpret it? Minus sign is telling me what type of a good it is. It is an inferior good. And what is this number telling me? It is more than one. That means it is elastic, which means a little change in income. That is, if my income goes up, I'm going to cut down on the demand for this product by a big proportion. So if my income goes up, let's say by 1%, 1% increase in income would simply mean 1.5% decrease in demand. Remember this? Why did I write down decrease here? Because it's an inferior good. This is by this minus sign. The question has the answer again. Minus is opposite. So cause was up, obviously the effect was down. And it is elastic because the number is more than one. And that is simply meaning that the reaction was more than the action. If it was a normal good, it would have a plus sign. So if I say plus 0.2, it is simply meaning the good is less income elastic. In other words, it's income inelastic and it's a normal good as denoted by the sign. And on the same lines, you can look at the idea of substitutes and the complements. So if the price of naturally, if I think of Coke and Pepsi, the elasticity is likely to be very high between the two because they are very close substitutes. So if the elasticity is to the tune of plus 5, you can say 1% change in price of Coke could mean 5% change in the demand for Pepsi, and it's a positive meaning price of one goes up, price of, as I said, Coke goes up by 1%. If it goes up, it would mean a big change, that is an increase in demand for Pepsi straight on by 5%. So that's substitutes. On the other side with the complements, again, what is sign telling us? If it was, let's say again, minus 1.2, so it is here meaning it's a complementary good, and this is again elastic because it's more than 1. So sign has a significance of only telling us how the two variables are related, whereas the numbers are just telling you whether the reaction was more or less. Naturally, if the reaction is more, and if reaction divided by action, and if reaction is more, the answer is going to be more than 1. It doesn't matter. It could be zero point 0.2 and zero point 0.1. Doesn't matter. As long as my answer comes out to be, more than 1, it is elastic. And that's all about income elasticity and cross price elasticity of demand. I will take you through the diagrams, how to be able to draw these curves properly, if at all there is a case of elasticity or elastic or inelastic demand. That's it.